So Trey, I interviewed you probably 6 months ago, approximately. We put the video interviews on the blog, which I'm hoping people did have a look at. How do you think you've moved on since that interview? Because you did bring up 2 or 3 things where you said you'd benefited. How do you think you've changed since then that's better? Or do you feel as though you've kind of stayed the same? How do you feel now with the training?
I think that my strength has improved, and I'm able to work with heavier weights, which we were going to go towards doing that. My shoulder seems stronger, so working on that, but I think it's stronger.
Can you see the difference in your shoulders and your chest when you look yourself in the mirror?
Yes, I can start to see definition now, which I didn't really see that much before. So yeah, I can. And at home, if I do some weights, I tend to try and work with a mirror so I can see my posture and notice it then.
Has it improved your posture, do you think?
Yes, I think it has. I hadn't thought about that. Yes, it has. Working with heavier weights, it makes my back stronger and my legs stronger. So yes, I suppose it pulls your back, doesn't it? It pulls you back into a straighter posture. I thought about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've always had what I would have thought was fairly good posture for a woman. But your shoulders and your chest had sunk to a certain extent, and although you kept your head in line, it was almost like that was in line with the rest had kind of gone like that. But since you've been opening your body up with the weights, you've been using heavier weights, your posture's actually improved.
Yeah, it's almost like my shoulders are there, and it's difficult to explain. It's
a feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like I'm in balance.
Yeah, and your body is naturally inclined to put itself into posture. It does put it out of posture, unfortunately. So mentally, and we've been doing some exercises just today being the 9th of June, at 12:12, we did them earlier. How have you felt in yourself doing the kinds of exercise you were doing earlier today with the weights? How has it helped you mentally? What have you learned from it?
It's improved my focus. I have, with more practice doing that focus and the Zen that we've talked about, I'm able to get past things I didn't think I would do. Like today, I was able to pick up the weight I didn't expect to be able to pick up. That's quite good. I feel calmer, especially after I've done the workout. Just working on the movement and you have to focus on that much. You don't think about anything else. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, because most people, unfortunately, believe that physical exercise is purely to look good. Yeah, it isn't. The body actually enjoys the change and the improvement in its capabilities. Yeah, so it actually improves you mentally as well. And we're doing this for that reason, not just to look better physically. Yeah, it's nice to look better physically, you feel better, yeah, but it's in here. Now, explain to me, right, because I know, because I did that thing I can't mention for years, given the work you're doing with me now with the weights, what do you see Zen as being? What is Zen to you?
State of mind and awareness of yourself and what it is you're trying to achieve. The objects, for instance, if it's weights, you're focused on them, you're in tune with them, nothing else comes into it, so your mind becomes quiet. You're not chattering about other things, that constant mind wittering away, it's not there, because you're totally focused on what it is you're supposed to be doing. It's very relaxing, and actually you become more aware of what it is and of yourself.
That pretty much sums up from a non-martial artist what Zen is about. You can read many books about it, but it's a feeling. It's a knowing of your environment, of yourself, and of your mind, and no need for constant pathways of thought coming through, because you're the one that's in control of those thought patterns. It's that moment before you do something is when your mind's quiet. It could be driving, it could be knitting, it could be crochet, it could be going out with your camera, taking pictures, cycling, yeah? It's just that moment where you're at one with yourself, the environment, and that pretty much sums it up. Would you find, before we finish, beneficial to people who do have anxietal problems, whether it be depression or a mental health problem? Yeah, would you find it beneficial, and if so, in what way?
I think it would be beneficial to be able to quieten the mind, to focus on one thing. All those things you mentioned, like for instance I do knitting as well, you're looking at the process of doing the thing you want to do. If you do a pattern and you want to get to this and it has to grow to make a jumper, you think about the process, you think about what you do with your hands. Nothing else comes into it. Your mind isn't thinking about anything else. You're not feeling anything else. And that's another thing about being in that moment and that kind of focus. It's not an emotional way of being. It's just a quiet way of being. So you don't feel some of the things you would normally feel. You know, and the feelings you have is connected to the thoughts you're having, and they make things worse. So all of that goes away. Because you're not thinking about any of that. You're not thinking about what your mind's chattering away at. You're not feeling emotion. You're just thinking about focus. So yes, it would, very much so.
So do you think it'd be worthwhile widening what we do and having other people involved in it? Because we have talked about this before. Would you see it as some benefit to people who are in the same client groups as Nigel and Mark? Would you see it being beneficial to them?
Yes, through the charity work we've done some focus work, and I have seen people become less agitated and relax, like less anxious when you have focus. It's adapting what you're doing to allow people to have focus for short periods of time, because it's difficult for people with LDD, I believe, to have long periods of focus. So it's bringing it down into short periods of focus, so that because it's a little bit of effort for them, but they can step in and out of that throughout a session. Instead of having, like we could maybe focus for an hour, they could focus for 5 minutes, do something else, then come back for another 5 minutes. So it breaks it up for them, and that makes it a little bit easier.
That's a wrap.